Hello and welcome to the Ridiculously Good VA Show with Tracy Daviero. If you are a virtual assistant or want to be one, this is the place to learn the tips and tricks you need to become a ridiculously good VA. I've been a part of the VA industry since 1998, and I'm excited to get to know you and help you build an amazing business. Let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of the podcast that teaches you how to be a ridiculously good virtual assistant. Today we're talking about goal setting. Setting goals is something that many VAs I know do not do. So in today's episode, I'll teach you my process that makes it easier to set goals and achieve them. Today's quote is from Tony Robbins. Setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. And this quote's perfect for today's session because it doesn't promise that goals equal success or that goals will solve all your problems, but the goals will show you what you need to do to get you where you want to go, turning the invisible into the visible. And that's what we'll talk about today. Stop struggling with your goal setting. It is so common for VAs to not focus on goal setting in their business and then wonder why they're struggling. It's probably true for many types of businesses, but I think it's especially true for VAs because we're naturally the behind the scenes people. We're often shy, often introverted, focusing more on just operating our little business than instead of trying to attain that multi-million-dollar status and success. Goal setting is often equated with success, and that's why I think a lot of the VAs I talk to have shied away from it. But in order to move yourself in the direction of what you want from your business, no matter what level, you do need to set goals. And of course, you need to develop a system that works for you to attain those goals. There is nothing worse than setting goals regularly, not achieving them, and just stopping, which is exactly what happens. I've done this myself. I'm sure that you're listening to yourself thinking, I'm doing exactly the same thing. The first thing I do when I'm working with a VA who has trouble setting goals is just to slow things right down. I teach about short-term goals. Don't ask me what my 10-year plan is. I hardly know what to make for dinner tonight, and I'm sure you're probably the same. Trying to plan for a 10-year goal makes me tired. Trying to plan for a goal a year from now makes me tired. But what you need to be able to do is still set goals that you can attain. And that's why I will talk to people about what they want to accomplish in the next 30 days. You ask me what I want to accomplish in the next 30 days, I can definitely tell you that. We begin by setting a goal for 30 days. We start to build that habit, that routine, that process, that system that will help us achieve that goal. And then guess what? We achieve it and we move on to another one. We get better at it. We practice it. We learn how we work and what works well for us. And that's how we continue to move from then on. And it doesn't need, your goal does not need to be huge, but lots of times we have similar goals, don't we? And I'll give you an example of that in just one moment. First thing I want you to do is ask yourself one question. What is it that you want? And then get more specific from there. When I ask my VA clients, what do they want? I want more clients is very often the answer that I get. So we dig a little deeper. How many clients do you need? When do you need to get them by? What do you want to do for them? How much will you charge them? And where can you find them? These are the simplest questions that you need to be able to answer in order to set your goal effectively, because you need to develop the actions that are going to take you to that goal that you're going to perform every single day. So for instance, my client will tell me I need 3 new clients by the end of August. And whatever the date is you're listening to this on, the end of this month, we'll say. So I want 3 new clients by July 30th. I challenge my clients to dig a little bit deeper. What kind of clients? What services do you want to offer them? And where do you want to find these clients? So we dig a little deeper. I want 3 new social media clients from LinkedIn by the end of this month. And again, we're going to set that deadline date for our goal. So although I'm saying the end of this month, I want you to put a hard date in there. So 3 new social media clients. What do we mean by that? I offer social media services. I want to be able to have clients that I am doing social media services for by the end of the month. The next step is setting up the actions you need to take daily to reach that goal. It is possible, trust me. Now, number one thing I'm going to talk about is the word daily. We need to make sure that we're checking in on our goal every single day. And one of the things that I find that VAs struggle with is finding that time to fit in the daily actions. So we need to keep the daily actions as small as possible. They need to be manageable. Everybody has 10 or 15 minutes every day. Not everybody has 2 hours every day. And one of the ways that I see VAs fail in their goal setting, or achieving their goals, I should say, is to set a goal and decide that on Sunday night, I'm going to spend 2 hours doing this, whatever thing is, to reach my goal. And inevitably, something happens where we lose that 2 hour window on Sunday because we are involved in family time or just exhausted by the end of the week. Whatever it is, something bumps us offline, and there we've lost our entire week of production for the thing that we're saying is so important for us to reach. So the most important piece is to put things into daily actions. That way, if you do have to miss a day, which I still don't recommend, if you still have to miss a day, you're only missing 15 minutes of progress. So that is one of the most important things. So here are our steps. We have 4 steps to goal setting and stopping struggling. Number 1 is focus on your goal. Everything you do should move you in the direction of the goal you want to reach. If you're talking about getting clients, think about everything that you're doing and ask yourself this question, other than client work, of course. I mean, I need to put that little caveat in there, but the things you're doing for your business, is this moving me in the direction of my goal? So when you're thinking about doing your marketing, or if you're creating content, or if you're having conversations, or if you're surfing social media, any of those things that you're doing, if they are not moving you in the direction of your goal, then I want you to stop doing what you're doing and take that time to refocus in the direction of that goal. Number 2 is write out your daily action steps. And what you need to do daily can be between 2 and 10 things. When I was taught to do this, I was taught to do up to 10 things on my daily action steps. First of all, this puts things into your mind and you really do focus on everything. But I did find 10 to be quite a lot. So anywhere from 2 to 10, break it down as much as you can so that you know you can achieve those things and move along. And I'll talk more specifically about my example in just a moment. Number 3 is take action. If you do not actually do the things on your list, you're not going to be moving towards your goal. So you need to make sure, number 3, super important, take action. And number 4 is monitor your progress. When you're checking in on something every single day, you can see whether it's working for you or not. And because you're setting up something that is brand new, oftentimes things aren't going to work exactly the way you think they should. And if that's the case, you want to make sure that you make those tweaks, you make that adjustment. And if you need to get help, then make sure that you're getting help with what isn't working. So here's our example. We're looking for 3 new clients on LinkedIn in the next 30 days. So what are our daily actions? Number 1, reach out to 2 people every single day. This can be in groups or directly. Number 2, post 1 piece of content daily on the channel that shows your expertise in social media. Number 3, seek out posts from people that you're connecting with and like, comment, and share them. Look for genuine connections. Number 4, track your connections in a simple spreadsheet. In 1 month, if you're reaching out to 2 people every single day, that's a potential 60 connections. Tracking is really essential. Number 5, invite 5 people every week to have a conversation with you. If you think about it, you're reaching out to 2 people every day, and that is 14 people in a week. Ask 5 of them to have a sales conversation with you. They're not all going to say yes, but you may get some people who will. And the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more people will say yes. Number 6, track those sales conversations too. If you're not converting at least half of them, you're going to need to seek help with your technique. Now remember, in the beginning, if you've never done this before, you're building a new habit, a new process, a new system, a new routine. So allow yourself to not be really good at it to begin with. Keep at it and keep practicing it. So let's do the math. If you make your 2 connections a day, do your 1 post per day, help a few people every day, that's 60 people that will see your posts and also notice your activity on theirs. Invite 5 of those people to sales conversations each week as the need arises, not just willy-nilly. That's 20 conversations in a month. Convert even 2 of them, and that's 4 clients. So you'll see it is going to be effective for you. You need to get the numbers, you need to get those numbers working for you. And the way to do that is to practice. When you first start out, you're not going to get all 5 to agree to conversations, like I said. What you're doing is getting better at networking and at having real business conversations with people, which is the number one thing that's going to grow your business. But the goal and setting the goal of getting the clients is about having that thing you want to attain, that number, doing the daily actions, making sure that what you're doing is working and tweaking it if it's not. That's really all goal setting is setting a reasonable goal that you really want to reach, setting up a strategy that's usually brand new to you, so it needs tweaking and practice, and taking those daily actions to reach it. And it does work. It's worked for me for years. It works for my clients when they work at it and they really focus on it and when they get better at it. And it'll work for you too. When you're looking at something every single day, you won't forget about it. It doesn't take a long time. It becomes a habit, a routine, a process, and a system much faster when you can work on it every single day. So let's recap. Set your goal, write it down, choose who you're going to connect with and where, focus on one place to network, keep track of everything, know your numbers and work hard to reach them, be consistent, do it every day, and stop spinning your wheels. Goal setting helps around anything that you want to get done. It's obviously very prevalent with getting clients in your VA business, and the people who work at it and the people who develop a process that works for them are the ones that are going to see success. And there's that word again, success. Success means whatever it is to you. It doesn't mean 100 clients. It could be one really great client. If you have not done well with goal setting in the past, it's probably because you've set goals that were too lofty, too big. You haven't had a process in place. You haven't worked at it every single day. Imagine all of the things that you've done before, how good you got at them, or how did you get good at them? We've talked about this in other episodes of the podcast. You've worked hard, you've practiced, you've changed what's not working, and you've focused on what is working for you. Goal setting is exactly the same thing. If you have struggled in the past or you're struggling now, try working with just short-term goals to perfect that process that will work for you. Let me know what you're doing with your goals and what is working for you. And definitely, if something is not working for you, reach out to me, Tracy at yourvamentor.com. I would love to help you get your process in place so that you can get on to what matters to you. That's all I've got for you today. I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of the Ridiculously Good VA Show. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss a thing. For more great resources for your VA business, visit my website at yourvamentor.com. I'll see you back here next time.